Hey fam, I got another update for y'all. So I've been up all night and I'm gonna tell y'all why. I'm excited now. And you know why I'm excited? Because this fool done came back and knocked on my damn door in the middle of the night. He just could not stay away. He just had the itch to come back and knock on my door. He came around 12 midnight, 12:45 a.m. to be exact, when I was in the bathroom. I swear every time he knocked, I'd be in the bathroom or the other room. And I was about to hop the shower, and I saw the notification alert. When I heard him knock, and I said, I know he's not back in my door. I know damn well he ain't back in my door. He upset because he know that the leasing office is on his tail. And the leasing office told him yesterday, by the way, in that email, that if he breaches that contract, he violates that breach of contract. They put a 21-day notice on him. He messes up. He harasses me. He stalks me. He knocks on my door. He's done within them 21 days. And they will start the 30-day eviction process. So guess what? Monday morning, when the managers come back from their precious weekend, he's going to get a 30-day eviction notice. Yeah, he's screwed. Yep. Because their legal counsel said by law, since he's a resident, they have to give him a notice first to correct the breach of contract. And since he did not correct the breach of contract, he gets a 30-day notice to vacate the premises. And if he refuses to vacate the premises, they will involve the authorities and make him vacate. It's like, how stupid can you be? And I was on the phone with my parents half the night playing investigative detective because you know why? I got his name. That's the best part. You know how I got his name? Finally, somebody decided to be a snitcheroo and hopped in my DMs on IG, aka Instagram, and said, hey, I saw your video clip from your Ring camera. I actually know that guy. We went to school. We worked at Capital One once upon a time, and this is his name. I said, look at God. Somebody finally identified that cuckoo bastard. Somebody actually gave me his name. And you know what I did? This is how I verified his name. Because, you know, people be trolling. You do have to be careful on the internet. People do be lying. Because that same account that told me his name, it was a private account. So I don't know if it was a man or a woman. And there was no picture of themselves. It was just like a picture of like a whole bunch of flowers. And like I said, his IG was private, whoever that person was. So I noticed on the clip that I originally shared with everybody on social media of him on my Ring camera, when he kept coming to my camera, he commented on the bottom of the clip and said, I know him. And he said, hey, I know that guy. And I was like, whatever. Because you know how people just vaguely say, hey, I know this guy. They be lying. You know, the people be trolling. They're robots. It's AI. It's spam. But when I seen he did a message request in my inbox, in my DMs on Instagram with that very thorough information, I might add, I said, oh, this motherfucker ain't lying. He know his motherfucker for real. So, using my detective skills that I earned from my lovely bachelor's degree in criminal justice. By the way, I'm a criminal justice major from Texas State. Shout out to Texas State University. Eat 'em up, Bobcats. The smartness in me told me, you know what, just type in his name. I'm not going to say his name for privacy reasons and for the fact that I don't want to get sued in case he come across this video, because the last thing I need is for him to know that I know his name. Anyway, so I typed in his name right, and I typed in Richmond, Virginia. What do you know? His LinkedIn profile picture popped up. You know, one thing about LinkedIn gonna find your ass. Don't be on LinkedIn and don't think you ain't gonna be found. The only way LinkedIn is not gonna find you is if you block a person, or if you switch your visibility of your profile to private instead of public so people cannot see you're on LinkedIn. Well, his profile is very fucking public. That nigga ain't got no goddamn job. And nigga ain't got no job. That explains why I've seen him roaming the circles like a damn crackhead all hours of the night, all day long. It makes sense why he knocked on my door last week Monday at 9 a.m. in the morning. Because he ain't got no job. He just like Tommy from Martin. He ain't got no job, man. And when I say this shit is hysterical, oh, it's hysterical. And did I mention, not only did somebody snitch and give me his name, I'm waiting on a date of birth right now at the moment. He's still working with me. He's working on it. 2 black women who I don't know, these are all strangers, found me on TikTok and hopped in my DMs on TikTok. And you know what they said? They said they also know this man. They don't know his name, but they've seen him in passing it. One of them said, "Hi, my name is so-and-so. I also live in your apartments. I occasionally walk my dog around the property, and I've seen him. He always be sitting in that lobby, just looking, acting weird, not, speaking to people. I always thought he was weird. Did the leasing office ever say anything?" And I told her, yeah, they're working on a solution, but they ain't really said nothing. But then I just thought it was kind of awfully strange. After she had sent me that message on TikTok, her account was gone. Her account disappeared. I don't know if her account got banned or she took down her account. But when she put it in the name of my apartments, boo-boo, I said, oh yeah, that girl ain't lying. She lived here for real. Because my dad, he's worse than me. You think I'm an investigator? No, that Negro will look up your whole life in 5 seconds. He looked up that girl and he found her Facebook profile and found her real name. And it was the same name that I saw on TikTok. So when he plugged in her full government name on the reverse, like white pages or whatever, it popped up her address. And it showed that she is actually here in my apartments. And it showed her the unit number and everything. I said, oh yeah, she wasn't lying. Why would she lie? Like, who just makes up something and say they live in my apartments? They name the name of my apartments in the message, so clearly they live here. And they walk around their dog, they just notice his behavior. And I was like, I'm so glad I'm not the only one that notices this crazy fool in this apartment. So then the other black lady that sent me the TikTok message, boy, TikTok be telling on that ass. I'm telling you, there's so many snitches on TikTok. Ooh-wee. Man, they will find your ass for real. She said, hey, I seen that guy as well in the apartments. I live here as well. She said, he actually knocked on my door, and I told the leasing office too, but they haven't responded yet. I said, wow, what a small world. So I came to the conclusion after talking to my parents all morning and all night that I believe he's specifically targeting single, young black women who are alone. Because the lady that told me that she walks her dog, she lives alone. She ain't got no husband. She ain't got nobody but her. She live alone. The other lady, I believe, also mentioned she lived alone too. So yeah, I know his motive. His motive now is that he literally stalks the shit out of young black women, follows them around, sees that they're single, and I think he's plotting to do something to them, or to me even too. Like, who just constantly knocks on somebody's door and intentionally on a black person's door, a black woman's door. Let's get that clarified. Each person literally that reached out to me on TikTok, they were all black women. I had at least 3 people reach out to me on TikTok. And matter of fact, it wasn't just TikTok that told on his ass. The Nextdoor neighborhood app that I have, I highly suggest, if y'all do not have Nextdoor, download that app. If you have an iPhone, download it from the Apple Store. If you have an Android, download it from the Google Play Store. It's called Nextdoor. And I'll even put it inside of the description box in case y'all forget, so that way y'all can use it for your own safety measures. So Nextdoor, which is the neighborhood app, is basically an app where you contact, like with the local community, your surrounding neighbors. That's why it's called Nextdoor. So all those neighbors in your neighborhood on that app literally keep in contact with each other. They post like It's kind of like Craigslist. Like, people post ads for like handyman work, people post about their lost pets, and a lot of people post about the safety and the crimes that's been happening in the neighborhood. So when I shared my doorbell camera clips of this guy, to my surprise, I had about 5 women on the Nextdoor app recognize that motherfucker, and they said the same thing. Hey, I know that guy. I live here too. And she named my apartments. Every single person that literally recognized this motherfucking was a black woman, and they were single. So I got his end game. His MO is to literally target single black women. And I think he's intentionally doing it to see if he can assault someone or, physically, essay someone. I won't say the actual word, but y'all get my drift. I think that's what he's doing. I think he's trying to see who's vulnerable enough to open their door to him so he can force his way in and essay them. I think that's what that is. Because if he wanted to rob somebody, he probably would have done that by now. I don't think he's looking to rob anybody. I think he's looking for some punani, specifically some black punani, from a young woman that's vulnerable or single and don't have nobody like me. So yeah, I got his ass. Got him. Soon as I get that date of birth from that inside snitch that went to high school with him that reached out to me from IG, he will have a lovely emergency protective order filed against him. Because let me tell y'all something about that police report that pissed me off. Oh, I was so mad, y'all. When I got the copy of the police report yesterday, I paid a $10 fee. I read the report. The whole entire report was blank. To make it worse, it literally had basic ass info with my personal information, my name, my date of birth, my phone number, my email, and my freaking address. And at the very bottom of that lovely so-called bullshit police report, it just said suspicious black male unknown. And it said other non-criminal. Now, why would they put other non-criminal and suspicious black male unknown? You know who the motherfucker is. The leasing office know who the motherfucker is. And to make it worse, they pulled the footage from the leasing office to properly identify his ass coming and going on that camera. I said, you have plenty of camera footage. The leasing office knows his identity. Why didn't y'all put it in the reports? See, and that's when I got mad. When I got mad, y'all, I got mad. So in the middle of my door dashing yesterday during my hustle, right? When I stopped at Chipotle last night for dinner, I got me like a little burrito bowl or whatever. I went ahead and started doing some research for the Attorney General's office. And y'all know here, Virginia is known as the Commonwealth, right? So anyway, basically, I had found the Commonwealth Attorney's office, similar to the District Attorney's office. And it's for Henrico County, which is where I'm at. So when I found their email, it said if you would like to file like a citizen's complaint about unlawful, experience with our officers or our judges or whoever, feel free to email us right away. You know what I did? I did a 3-page ass essay and let them know about my whole experience over here since I moved here with the stalker bullshit. I let them know that Henrico PD is a piece of shit and they're unreliable as fuck. And I also informed them that since they were so damn lazy to properly identify the individual in my report that's been causing me the harm, I also said I don't have faith in them. I don't trust them anymore because they act like they don't want to do their jobs. They claim that he's not meeting the stalking harassment criteria because he hasn't made official contact. Well, here's some big news for you. In that small clause, 18.2-60.3 of the Stalking Harassment Virginia Code of Law, it states that if someone continues to give another person unwanted contact with that person, whether if it's mail, telephone, or transmitted digital, communication. That can be knocking on the door. That can be whatever, following you. It even said if you believe that person is following you to your home and harassing you in your own household, that counts as stalking. That counts as harassment. And it's actually a class, I believe it's a class 6 or class 5 misdemeanor charge. And if it's escalated, depending on how aggravated and severe it is, it can turn into a felony, but it's rare. Most of the time, stalking and harassment is misdemeanor level. But if it includes aggravated assault, bodily harm, or injury, at that point, then it turns into a felony. But yeah, it definitely meets the criteria. So I don't know why the cops act like they know the statutes and they know all the laws, because they don't know shit. Because from what I read, yeah, it definitely meets the criteria. And the only reason I found that statute is because somebody was so nice enough to inbox me on my DM. Again, like when I say motherfuckers be helping me, motherfuckers been helping my black ass with this shit. And it was an old white man. He said, I'm just an old man down the road, retired. He was on the neighborhood app next door. And he said, I believe that your situation meets the criteria for the stalking harassment law. And he gave me that penal code. And when I clicked in that penal code, I said, I'm going to copy and paste this specific paragraph about unwanted contact from another individual who I believe that's been following my ass this whole time and knowing where I live. And I'm living in fear of my life. Yeah, that's stalking. So by the time I got done with that email 20, 30 minutes later in Chipotle and sent it to the lovely Commonwealth Attorney's office, I felt good. Oh, and I also emailed the media as well for assistance to reach out to me. I haven't heard nothing back because, like I said, I emailed them very late when the offices are closed. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I get some type of guidance or answer or advice by Monday. We'll see. But yeah, I've been doing a lot of research on the codes, a lot of research on the laws, and I've been getting a lot of information from a lot of snitcheroos. I just love the fact that the snitches are coming out. It's snitching season, y'all. It is snitching season. That's all I got to say. It's snitcheroo time. And I think it's hilarious that complete strangers that I do not know feel obligated to help me, to help the victim. I feel so special. But anyway, I'm going to try to lay my black ass down because it is after 4 a.m. I'm tired. I've been up all day and all night. I've been hustling on DoorDash all day yesterday. I'm spent. I need to lay down because I plan on getting back up later on in the morning to do breakfast. But I don't know if I'm going to make it by the time I lay down, so we'll see. But I'll definitely keep you guys posted for more information because it's getting juicy now, boo-boo. Oh, it's getting real juicy.